Hey everyone, welcome to the video. I'm Amy and I post 3 videos a week. Today's video is going to be my May favorites video. I have a lot of products that I'm really excited to share with you today. So if you like favorites videos, go ahead and like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. So surprisingly, I only have one foundation. I know that's something that I probably try the most and that I post about the most. But because I've been doing a roundup behind the scenes and finishing up some older 3-day foundation wear tests, I haven't gotten to try a lot of new foundations this month. There are a couple that I tried like one time, like the Purito one, which I'm going to go ahead and do like another video on. I'll do a 3-day wear test and I want to compare it to the Misha BB cream, like side by side, but I've only worn it one time and I didn't do a wear test, so I can't put it in here even though I did love it. So this month's favorite foundation is the Makeup Forever Reboot. I tried this for the first time in April, and then I just posted my 3-day wear tests like a week and a half ago or something like that. So I've been wearing this a lot this month, and it's one that is so easy to wear. Like, it's a very good everyday foundation. I don't have to worry about it. I'm sorry, that's shaking. I don't have to worry about it at all. It wears really well underneath a mask and lasts all day, and I really like it. It's super comfortable all day. Very thin. I will go ahead and link that 3-day foundation wear test because I give you like the most in-depth talk through with that, but definitely a favorite. And I can see that staying a favorite, like not just this month's favorite, but like staying a long-term favorite, you know what I mean? And then I do have one bronzery contour situation, and that is the I'm Meme contour palette that I tried in my Full Face of K Beauty. I love this packaging. I love it. I didn't think that I was really a white packaging type person. I'm looking through like what I have out of my collection right now, and there's not that many things that have white packaging, and the things that do like don't draw me in really. But just something, I think it might actually be, let me pull over this. It's like the tan color with the white, because the bronzer, like it gives me these kind of vibes. I like that color combo, whereas like I have the Flower Beauty palette here. It's white, but I don't think that it looks fancy. Like, I think this one looks fancy. But I've really been liking this. This is a really good everyday. I don't have to worry about it. It blends really well. I can pick out specific colors, or I can choose one side or the other if I'm feeling more tan, more pale. This is definitely something that if you're darker than me, you probably won't be able to use, but if you are my shade or lighter, it would be excellent because it is such a really good everyday. And I've been loving like easy things when I'm not like when I'm trying behind the scenes to do like foundation wear test and reviewing things, and kind of like if I were reviewing an eyeshadow or trying to get my thoughts on an eyeshadow, I would have to do a full face of, I don't have to, but I would like to do a full face of makeup every time that I wear it. So it's nice to have these kind of everyday easy things that would be easy to throw on if bronzer isn't the thing that I'm trying, you know what I mean? So I've really been loving that, and it is the life of the month, the season of blushes for me. I'm actually filming this on the day that Pat McGrath released her blushes, and I bought 4. But I did an entire cream blush video, and I've purchased recently 3 new cream blushes, and cream blushes are my jam right now, but I did just purchase those 4 powder ones. I do wish they were cream though, Pat. So last month during my Sephora haul, I picked up the Melt Blush Light in Honey Thief, and I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but I love this shade. I am not wearing it today, though the mixture of what I have going on is kind of similar to how this looks. It's a really beautiful like coral kind of shade, and it is such a thin oil, like creamy, but like creamy meaning hydrating, but more on like the side of an oil, but it's like to a powder. It's a really, really beautiful shade. I really love this. It's really easy to work with. I think I will be picking up one of the ones that has like the like shimmer running through it, because I'm really interested to see those, since this one is the like matte formula. Not that it's like necessarily matte. I did try this on in my Sephora haul video last month, and I did also put this in my blush video earlier this week or last week, a couple videos ago. I did an entire cream blush video, so that you will see this in there if you would like to see some more close-ups and stuff. It's so good. Speaking of more cream blushes, the Salt New York Spring Collection. Guys, I just can't. In the pan, these look a lot scarier than they are. They are really sheer and really, really beautiful. Today, for a previous video, I was wearing like a rosy toned blush, and I wanted to make it a little bit more peachy because of the shirt that I'm wearing. So I just took the shade Tangerine and like put a thin layer right over, and it made it so much more like peachy corally. So I'm gonna give you a little swatch here. Ooh. So we've got, I think it's, yeah, lilac and tangerine. And now lilac is the one that I was more excited for, because I am more cool toned, so I feel like a lot of times blushes can be too warm toned on me, so I'd love to have that lilac to help cool it down, kind of how Khaki kind of sold these to me. But actually, surprisingly, I did it the other way. So my rosy cheek was just a little bit too rosy cool toned, so I brought in tangerine to give me this more peachy neutral cheek, and it worked out really, really well. I love the Salt New York formula, so any color, any product that you get from them, I recommend. I mean, I have a lot of them. So I do have an entire, I think it's a reel on my Instagram of me swatching all of the shades that I have. So if you would like to see that, I'll link my Instagram down below so you can check it out there. But I love. Those colors are brilliant. And I have one more blush, and this one is a powder blush. This is the Peri Para Pure Blushed Sunshine Cheek and Calm Peach. I do love this packaging. I love clear packaging. I'm finding out ever since I got this, and it's just black and I can't see the product underneath it, I'm like, rude. Even though I know it's the only one I have, so I know what color it is. Like after having like the Tower 28 blushes where you can see directly what color it is, and having things like this, I'm like spoiled by being able to see it. So I really love this. It's a super beautiful, neutral, pale pink. So it is great for me. It is a little bit more cool toned. I'm kind of building it up so you can see it a little bit here. So here it is, and this is, I wiped it off, but the remnants of the Honey Thief, so it is a lot more coral like my shirt, whereas this one is a lot more of a cool tone shade. It's a really lovely soft blush that I can kind of neutralize anything else with, or if I'm doing like a really intense eye, this is a really great like very neutral tone for my skin. So I really have been loving this. Calm Pink. I don't know why, as I keep talking to you guys, my voice is lower and lower. Let's move on to eyes. Okay, this is something I've had in my collection for a little while now. I think I got it as like a freebie on like a Sephora order or something. But I've recently used it quite a few times because I've been doing a little bit more colorful looks. If you'd like to see those, check out my Instagram, because I do a little bit more of an everyday look over here. Don't get me wrong, I do everyday looks over there. I'm not very colorful over there either. But the few colorful looks that I have done recently, including my like Kaleidos looks, I've been using the Anastasia Eye Primer. And I almost never use eye primer because I am lazy, mostly. Probably why. If I do use one, I use something more like the MAC Paint Pot, something like that actually blanks out my veins and stuff, discoloration. But for these colorful looks, I've been using this one because this one has a very like, it's like basically white. And I found that one, it makes bright colors pop because it is white, and two, it lasts so well. It like no creasing, no bunching, anything like that. And I do have like quite a bit of my eye. Let's see if I can point this out here. So like like a lot of hold on, I'm gonna mark when my eyes open. Okay, see that? All the way down to here, like all of this ends up being in the fold of my eye. I hope that makes sense. So a lot of times I will get like that one really big crease if I go like this at the end of the night, and I will see it. Like right now I don't see it. I just did my makeup a few minutes ago. And these are really nice shadows, so I don't know if they'll do that. But that's like the number one crease or mess up that I see in my eyes typically. And it's not that big of a deal because normally my eyes are open, you know? So you can't see it. But when I do go like this, sometimes you'll see it. And this, my shadows held up and did not do that after like 8 hours of wear. So just wanted to throw that in there. Another thing I've been actually loving to prime my eyes with or use as a base to an eyeshadow is the Auric Smoke Reflect, the cream shadow, specifically Temper. This is like, I love this color so much, and I have so many beautiful like brown, mid-tone, sparkly kind of shadows in my collection that I love to top on this, or like rose gold kind of shades. I don't really use the actual topper that is in here. It's beautiful, but it is more of like a topper. Like it doesn't have as much of a base to it. So this would be something that I would put like even on top of that maybe. But I've really been loving this. I have done quite a few looks like in my everyday life with that base, and I've really been loving it. I brought this into my project pan. I'm not trying to pan it, but I just wasn't using them very much, and I'm really glad that I put them in that because that forced me to use them, and I found a way that I really, really love using them. I do love them. I'm just not a one and done shadow kind of person typically because I love blending eyeshadow because I'm weird. All right, next I'm sorry. So these, I did buy this last month, but they didn't end up in my favorites because I had only tried it one time before I did my favorites video. So I couldn't talk about any of my Sephora order stuff in that favorites video, which, hint, hint, basically all of it is a favorite. This palette is 100 times more beautiful in person than it is online, and it's beautiful online. There is no question to why so many flat lay accounts use this and so many like Instagram accounts are panning this. It's because it is beautiful to photograph, beautiful to look at, really exciting to use, and it's got great everyday shades, so don't get too scared. Like if I took out all these blues, this is and maybe like this deep, this is a really great everyday palette. And then it just gives you some fun options to go along with it. I've used, I think I have dipped into every shade in here. I would say my least used is Super Moon, which I'm gonna swatch right now because I'm gonna see. Yeah, it's like a topper shade that is like a white. It's like a blue. You see it? Hold on. Right there. It's kind of like a white blue with like a pink, but it is a very like sheer color, like it disappears on your eye. I could see it being a really lovely topper because it does have all those like micro glitters. But all the shades in this Huda palette are beautiful metallics. I don't know. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. And I am wearing Supernova on my eyes today, which is this like fiery pink with like orange loveliness. In short, I love this palette. It is an excellent palette for everyday and for color. I think it brought a lot to my collection, and I am very, very happy that I picked it up. Like very happy. The next one that I want to throw in here, it's a little bit of a weird thing. is the Huda Beauty Light Palette. Now, I did purchase, try, and film a video using this way before I did this one. You saw this one last month. You didn't see this one till last week. So the reason is because all the things that I tried in my Huda Beauty video where I tried this and the foundation were not new items. They were older items. So I filmed that video thinking that it would go up like sooner. And then, you know, Fenty came out with the foundation, so I wanted to hurry up and do a 3-day foundation wear test and get that up. Sephora had a sale. I wanted to go ahead and get my Sephora sale video up. Ulta had a sale. There was so much going on at that time that video kind of got held back. So I needed to hurry up and get it up as soon as possible because it's going to be like too dated and too confusing if I wait any longer. So you saw it a couple weeks ago, but I have been wearing it. It's a really nice everyday palette. Now I do have, where are they at? My Lottie London 9 pans, which I think are a similar vibe. So I would check out these if you're not finding a color story that you really like. There are only a few of these, but they're affordable. So if you wanted a more affordable 9 pan option, these do have really great formulas. I have raved about these for so long on my channel. I have plugged them for so long on my channel, and for good reason. So I do like these if you want something a little bit easier on the wallet, you know? But I am not upset at all with this. This to me is kind of like my perfect everyday palette. It's a little bit neutral, a little bit cool. It has a like this taupey pink kind of shade. It has like a rosy pink kind of shade. I'm talking about the metallics here. It has this really soft pink with like a neon yellow gold flip to it, and then it has this really soft lilac. These are totally my kind of shadows, you know what I mean? These are my kind of shades, and then it has those like mattes that really, really play well with everything else. Let me go ahead and swatch these. Huda's metallic formula is super beautiful. She does have some that have those tiny micro glitters that are a little bit more special, most people would say, that look really great in the sunlight, like when they catch the light. But the metallic base is more so like my bread and butter. So I really love this. It's a really great everyday palette, and since it is the light version, I don't have to worry about skipping the black or skipping the really deep color because I don't use those colors very often. I guess if I lined my eyes, I probably would, but I just don't. So it's more so up my alley. Like I will use all of these shades, you know what I mean? So if I had tried all of the makeup that I own, but I was going to be like an everyday makeup person and not really do anything, I feel like this would be like the palette. I probably would pick up a Pat McGrath palette just because I love her formula, and that would be like my special event type makeup, and this would be like my everyday type makeup if I were just going to have a handful of things instead of the hundreds of things that I have. I do have one more eyeshadow palette. Speaking of Pat McGrath, and I did not do a video with this palette because it wasn't new. But Pat had one of her sales and it was on sale. And so I picked it up. I've never purchased one of her quads before, so I picked this one up. This is the Flora Plantasia Divinity Luxe Quad. And this isn't even like the one of her quads that was like catching my eye the most. It's just the one that was on sale. And I was like, you know what? I've never tried one of those. I consider myself almost a Pat connoisseur now because of how much Pat McGrath stuff I've purchased in the last 2 years. But I was like, I've never tried one of her quads, so let me pick one up. And I really like it. I have created looks on my Instagram feed using this. So if you would like to see it in action, head over there. I'll try to insert a picture right here. I really like this one too for everyday. I know this one is a little bit more like I wear makeup kind of everyday than the Huda Beauty one, but like this beautiful lilac turned neon blue And then this, and these are different formulas. This one is like purpley with like an orange, like a peachy orange flip. And then you have this really nice soft gold. And then the matte in here is just this really, look, it's like so neutral to my skin. It's like this neutral peachy rosy shade. So there they are. Look at this shade, dude. Look at it on my finger and everything. It's so intense and insane. I love. So this to me is a really great everyday palette also. If these are your kind of shades. I know she just launched the blushes, and I believe with the blushes she launched a quad that is a lot more of an everyday color story. So if that's up your alley, get it. But I do think this one is still on sale for $39. That is it for the eyes. Now we just have some lip products. I recently did a top 5 high-end and affordable lip gloss videos, 2 of them. I will link them here if I have more room to link. They only let you link so many in the cards. Or I will link it down below if I remember. But in that video, someone commented, one of you guys commented and said, you don't have any of the Revlon glosses, you need to get them, they're so good. So I immediately bought 3. Not that I need more glosses, but I did. And I don't know where the third one is, but I love them. They're so good. I love the giant doe foot. There's like maybe a barely scent. Let's see, hold on. Yeah, no, it almost kind of smells like 7-Up. After 7-Up has been out overnight and it's not like bubbly anymore, just like straight up a little bit of lemon lime kind of scent. I don't know if that's the ingredients or like an actual scent, but I'm gonna put this one on. This is the shade Supernatural. And just beautiful. I love the doe foot. It has like the little suction cup in there so you get enough product. You don't have to keep dipping into it. I love the shades that I got. I got a clear. I got Supernatural. Clear is crystal clear. I got Supernatural, and then I got one that's kind of a similar color to this, but it has like a sparkle in it. I love them all. They are very much colors and textures that I would wear every day. It gives a very nice wet look to the lip, but it is super comfortable. It is not sticky at all. It isn't as like gel-like as the Tower 28 ones, which is one of my favorites. It's a little bit thinner and oilier side. It's more on the oily side than the creamy or the jelly side. It's more of a thin oil texture, and it's super beautiful. Love. Okay, under this gloss though, I am wearing this lipstick, Angel, this Huda Beauty cream lipstick. Oh my gosh, this texture is my favorite. Oh, it's my favorite. I love any lipstick that has this texture. It has a lot of pigment too, so it gives you that full pigment color, but it has that super creamy, hydrating texture. Before I put this gloss on, I was not wearing a gloss. It was just this. So it's still a very like juicy look to the lips. Really love it. And I'm really glad or really happy with the color that I picked. Angel Food. I think it is a perfect everyday shade for me. All right. And then the last lip product that I have here is a lip gloss from Pat McGrath. This is Prima Donna. This is my first dipping my toes into her lip glosses. I picked it up when I picked up the quad, and I really love this formula. It is more along the lines of the Tower 28 one, where it's got that nice gel barrier on your lips. It's not sticky, it's not gloopy. It has a lovely little scent, like birthday cake or something. Let me just like, you can see, I think you can tell the color is a little bit more opaque, and it is a little bit cooler toned than the Revlon one. I'm gonna layer on 500 lip glosses, but it's so, look at that. This one is so juicy. I think I did have this in my top 5 lip glosses, but I did purchase it at the same time as this. I love it. That's all I got for you guys today. A small favorites, if you will, even though it probably wasn't that small or that short of a video. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out so much. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!